Maya had only $200 left from her first paycheck, and both retirement accounts seemed to ask for it. One door was a Roth IRA, opened on her own. The other was her employer's 401k, tied to a 5% match. She had heard that the Roth was the smart choice, but the choice was not about finding one perfect account. It was about learning which dollar should go where. Her rent, food, and bus pass already took most of her pay. A credit card bill sat near the edge of her desk. She wanted to save, but she also needed enough cash for a flat tire or a slow week at work. The first episode of her work life was not a story of easy wealth. It was a careful fight between today's needs and a future she could barely see. The 401k match changed the shape of that fight. A match means the employer adds money when the worker contributes, based on the plan's rules. Suppose Maya earns $50,000 and her plan gives a 5% match when she contributes 5%. Her own yearly contribution would be $2,500, and the employer could add another $2,500. The exact formula must come from the plan document. Skipping that match can mean leaving part of the pay behind. It is not free money in every case, because Maya must follow the plan rules and stay invested. Some plans require time before employer deposits fully belong to the worker. Still, the match is a clear benefit worth checking before choosing another account. Her next step was not opening a Roth IRA. It was reading the employer plan's match details. That did not make the Roth IRA unimportant. A Roth IRA is an individual retirement account funded with money that has already been taxed. If the account follows the tax rules for qualified withdrawals, money taken out later can generally be tax-free. Contributions and earnings have different rules, and income limits can apply. IRS guidance changes by tax year, so beginners should check current rules instead of trusting an old chart. A traditional 401k usually works in the other direction. Contributions are often made before income tax, which may lower taxable pay today. Withdrawals later are generally taxed as income. A Roth 401k, if the employer offers one, uses after-tax money, much like the Roth IRA tax path. These labels can sound alike, but the account rules, limits, investment choices, and employer match rules may differ. Maya then asked a harder question. What if she could put only $200 each month into retirement? Putting all $200 into a Roth IRA would give her control over the account and may offer a wider choice of investments. Putting enough into the 401k to earn the full match could bring in employer money. The right comparison depended on how much she needed to contribute for that match. Her paycheck made the trade-off real. If 5% of her pay was needed for the full match, that could feel larger than $200 in some months. If she earned $50,000, 5% was $2,500 a year, or about $208 each month before considering pay timing. A plan might use a different formula, so the 5% example was not a promise. She also had no emergency savings. A broken phone could push her back onto the card. That changed the order of her choices. Retirement accounts are built for long-term goals, not every surprise. A small cash cushion could keep one repair from becoming costly debt. Paying down a very high-interest APR might also deserve attention. The best plan was not simply the account with the most exciting tax label. Maya made a short list of facts. She checked the match formula, the waiting period, the vesting rule, the fund choices, and the fees. A fee is a cost taken from an investment or account. It may look tiny, but money lost to fees cannot keep growing. The fund prospectus and employer plan documents could show costs more clearly than a sales pitch. Then she compared access. A Roth IRA may let the owner withdraw direct contributions under certain rules, though taxes and penalties can depend on the details. That does not make it a good emergency fund. A 401k may offer loans or hardship options, but those choices have limits and risks. Flexibility is useful, yet using retirement money early can weaken the future account. The account limits mattered too. Roth IRA and 401k contribution limits are set under tax law and can change. A person may not be able to put any amount into a Roth IRA at every income level. A workplace plan may allow a larger yearly contribution, but that does not mean a beginner must fill it. Maya needed the current IRS guidance, her plan rules, and a clear view of her own cash flow. For a simple 30-year example, imagine $200 invested each month. If the investment earned an average 6% per year, the account might grow to about $200,000 before fees and taxes. That is an estimate, not a promise. Markets can fall, returns can vary, and the final amount could be much lower or higher. The power came from time, deposits, and uncertain growth working together. Fees change that estimate. An investment charging a higher fee may leave less money than a similar low-cost fund, even when both follow the same broad market. A 401k with a match but poor fund choices still deserves a careful look. A Roth IRA with low-cost funds may be useful, but it does not replace the value of a match. Maya had to compare the whole system, not one feature. Her first sensible path was simple. She could contribute enough to the 401k to receive the full employer match, if that amount fit her budget. Then she could build cash savings and reduce expensive debt. After that, she could compare adding to a Roth IRA or increasing the 401k. This was an order of decisions, not a command. Different income, debt, tax, and plan facts could change the order. The tax choice still deserved thought. Paying tax now through a Roth may fit someone who expects a higher tax rate later, but no one can know future tax law or income with certainty. Pre-tax 401k savings may help someone who needs lower taxable income today. A beginner should ask which tax path fits the current budget and likely future, without treating either answer as a sure win. Maya's employer later changed the match formula. The old 5% example no longer told her what to do. She had to look again. This is a quiet truth about retirement saving. A plan can change, a job can change, and a person's needs can change. Good money habits are not one dramatic choice. They are small reviews that keep the choice connected to real life. She also learned that diversification means spreading money across different investments instead of relying on one company or one narrow bet. An IRA or 401k is only the account wrapper. Inside it are funds or other choices that carry risk. A broad index fund may be one option, but beginners still need to read the fund prospectus, check fees, and understand that broad markets can lose value. The rivalry between the two accounts was mostly a story people told themselves. The Roth IRA was not always the hero. The 401k was not always the safe older champion. One offered individual control and after-tax treatment. The other could offer employer money, pre-tax savings, or workplace ease. Their strength depended on the rules, costs, tax setting, and the worker's ability to keep contributing. Outside the accounts, Maya's life kept moving. She helped her family, faced a rent increase, and took unpaid time off when she was sick. Some months, her contribution fell. That was not defeat. She lowered the amount for a while, kept a small saving habit, and returned to the plan when her cash flow improved. A setback could slow progress without ending it. For beginners comparing a Roth IRA and 401k, the clearest path begins with the employer match. Learn how much must be contributed to receive it. Next, check high-interest debt, emergency savings, tax treatment, fees, investment choices, and account limits. Then ask whether the Roth IRA adds useful flexibility or whether more 401k savings fits better. Use current IRS guidance and plan documents, not old advice. Maya never found a magic account door. She found something better, a way to choose without panic. The match helped her see what she could lose by skipping the workplace plan. The Roth helped her see the value of paying tax today for a possible tax-free path later. The 30-year example showed why time matters, while the fees and risks kept the story honest. Her future began with one informed, affordable contribution. If you want to take control of your finances, subscribe for more money tips every week.